All right, everybody, this is a good training video just to help you guys out. What I want to do is kind of show you what I'm looking for when I'm looking in these here markets for trade, because I know a lot of people are taking the signals and stuff like that, but I want to get you to a point where you don't even need a signal. You just need to look at exactly what I'm looking at, and so you won't be dependent on a signal. Because here's what I was telling my friend. I said, what if I go on vacation and don't feel like trading? Or, and this is what happens when you subscribe to signal services. Of course, I'm always going to be here to help you, send out signals on trades we're taking. But nevertheless, and as you can see, we're in this trade right here. It is live. Of course, we just entered the market on this one, triple arrows right here. 1, 2, 3. So as I'm talking, we're in this trade, and this is the CAD JPY. But I'm going to show you something. When I'm looking for trades and I'm on the 1 hour, oh, that's the 30 minute. Let me switch that one to the 1 hour. Same thing. But we in this one a bit early because usually I take signals only on the 1 hour for the most part, and I'll show you why. You get these much bigger moves, and I'm sorry I have to keep using this slider thing, but you guys get the point. Look at this right here. Triple arrow. Big drop. Bottom. Big drop, back up, big move to the top. See that? All the way up. So I'm in this one a little bit early because if I switch it to the 30-minute chart, look at that move. Big move at the top of my screen. And that's the big thing I want you to see on this video. Big move to the top of the screen. Okay, big move. Okay, then it dropped all the way to the bottom. Big move. Okay. And that move right there was how much? About 263 pip drop on that one. And now, as you see from that move here, it shot up from the bottom of my screen. And how do I know it's at the bottom? It's touching almost to the September lines, okay, or whatever date. It doesn't matter about the date. The fact is, it's all the way at the bottom of my screen, okay, and then it shoots all the way up. And I'm training you guys on something just to pay attention. So follow along. Don't tune out. Pay attention. Okay. Then it shoots up to the top of my screen. Okay. How do I know? Here's where my indicator is. It tells me a time frame and everything else is way up there. Way up at the top. Right. So now I don't mind following one pair because you can follow one pair and you don't have to keep trading pair after pair after pair. Now, when I pull it down, if it's at the top of the screen, you get in. But what if, and I'm sliding this over on purpose, what if you catch it right here, and this is your first initial one into the trade, okay? You're not familiar with the pair or anything else. You don't know how it moves, and you just seen the triple arrows, and then you just say, oh, okay, I'm going to hop in. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, yes, it worked. It went down. But see how short the move was? It was like a consolidation. This is what they call consolidation, when it just goes sideways. It really ain't going up, really ain't going down. It's just going sideways. So basically, that's telling me something, right? All right, so yeah, did you make some pips? Of course. You made 56 pips, right? No problem. You still made money. And then the triple arrows came back up to the other side. But the point is, remember the first ones were big moves up, big moves down. Well, why are the moves so large? Well, I'm telling you why. I'm sliding this over, and look what happens. Look at where this is in comparison to this indicator here, which tells you where your information is, how many pips, and all that kind of stuff. Look at this one. You can clearly see it's not at the top right here of my screen. This is the top of my screen. How do I know? Because here's the indicator numbers. Bottom of my screen, it'll show me the dates, okay? So when I'm looking for triple arrows on some of these charts for a long-term move, I look for the ones that's at the top of my screen, near here, or at the bottom of my screen where they show you those dates at the bottom down here. See, these are trading dates. So if I slide this back again, you'll see the trading dates or your open pairs down here. So it's at the bottom of my screen. And you remember I told you guys about the Mark Williams? Here was a perfect example of a Mark Williams. Mark means M's created at the top. Williams means W's created at the bottom. Here's a fine example. Look at that. Boom. 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 And boom. and it took off. See that? See that W? Down, up, down, up. You had the 1, 2, 3 triple arrows. Either one, it didn't matter because it shot up here. Did a pullback, and this is why I tell y'all don't panic when it does the pullback. Stop loss was underneath this green arrow. You always have the baseline here as well as another confirmation of support. So either way it goes. Bottom of my screen. This one I would have took all day long. Why? Boom, boom, boom. Mark Williams. It had created the Williams, the W at the bottom. Triple arrows. Boom, boom, boom. You see arrows all at the bottom, but you see 1, 2, and you can find any one of these up arrows to confirm, right? Boom. No problem. But look, it ran all the way up to the top of my screen. How do you know it's at the top of the screen? Again, because here's your indicator that tells you about how many pips you're in and all this kind of stuff, right? Okay, so why do you think I'm in this trade right here? I'm in this trade right here because it's at the top of my screen. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting a huge move to the downside. Huge move. Now, again, you can take the triple arrows anytime you see them. I suggest the 1 hour chart is the best one for longer terms. You can trade the 30-minute, which this one is as well. I got in on this one early because I already know, yeah, it may teeter-totter, but I got triple arrows already on the 30-minute. Watch this. It's already here on the 1 hour. I got a big arrow confirmed and just waiting for the other two, which the 1 hour is a freaking beast. How do I know? Okay, this is at the top of my screen, and I'm going to sleep. That's why I'm jumping in early on the 30-minute, but it may sideways market it until it hits triple arrows on the other. But look at this. This is the same exact one. Look at that. Boom. All the way up. All the way. So this is why I like the 1 hour as well. Less trading. Let's go back to the 30 though, because I want to teach you a lesson about what I don't like to do if I'm just jumping in. Notice this is in the middle. Okay, this is in the middle. It's not up towards the top. It's in the middle. So that's the reason why, yes, you got 56 pips. It still worked. No problem. But it wasn't a big money because if you traded on the 1 hour, you would have seen this little short move right here, which you would have got you in and out. Yeah, you would have made 56 more pips. Cool, no problem. Make your pips. But if you're just trying to trade less because you work a job or something like that, then guess what? You want to trade the 1 hour and stick to the ones that's at the top. See, I told you it was going to do a pullback. It's not, I don't panic over that stuff. You remember? I told you. Because it's going to teeter-totter around up in this area first on the 1 hour. But again, it's at the top of my chart. So when I see that it's at the top, it has nowhere else to go. For an example, I sent out a signal on this pair. Boom. And I told everybody, get in on this one. This is what it looked like when I saw it. Same exact setup. 1, 2, 3. I sent the signal out. And then everybody who jumped in, it was at the top of the screen. It has nowhere else to go. It's at its maximum distance. Okay, that's how I gauged the maximum distance on the 1 hour chart. And then look what happened. Sideways, sideways. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Wait for it. Boom. Look at there. And how many pips? Because I know one of the people I know, they still was in this one, eating good. That was 245 pips. Then I sent out a signal on this one. GBP, NZD, same exact thing. I sent this one yesterday morning. Okay, this is what I saw, top of my screen. Okay, none of this was here. I just seen 1, 2, 3. I sent the signal out right here, and watch what happened. What? Wait, boom, bam, right there. How many pips was that one? From here to here, that was 200 and I'll just say 240. So that's almost 500 pips in 2 trades. Come on now, 500 pips in 2 trades. So this is why I'm showing you guys what I'm looking for. I don't really sometimes take them in the middle of the screen. I wait for them to hit at the very top or at the very bottom. For an example, let me show you an example. Same exact pair. I just didn't catch this one on time. Now, look at this. Here's a perfect example of what I'm saying. See how this is at the bottom. Triple arrow, 1, 2, 3. It went up, but it kind of consolidated, came back down, and see, I wouldn't have took this trade. Why? To the downside, you're already at the bottom of the screen. See that? You're already at the bottom of the screen. So why trade the triple arrows and ain't got much to go? So what I already know, okay, this must be a sideways move, and it's going to, because this one came first to the upside. If it's at the bottom, it goes up. If it's at the top, it goes down. So yeah, it did a sideways move, came down a little bit. Would you have made some pips? Of course. Triple arrows work. It works. but not much. You would have made it to right about here. That was 10 pips. See, why worry about it? Leave it alone. But then it came down, created a double bottom. This is what they call a double bottom. So it came up sideways, went up a little bit. You caught a few pips. Then that would have came in, and boom, it still went right back to the bottom of your screen. Right to the bottom. Okay, cool, no problem. And then boom, it took off, and watch how far it went. This thing took off. Hold on, stay right there, screen. I don't need you moving. I'm trying to show something. So it took off triple arrow, smooth and clean. This is GBP NZD, 1 hour. 1, 2, 3. Shot off of that double bottom and did not stop until way up here. And for that move right there, that move is 789 pips. One move. Okay? One move. From the bottom of my screen to the top of my screen. I sent this signal out right here. Why? It was at the top of the screen. And now boom. See? So even though it's retracing, they call it retracing or pulling back. Yeah, it may do a short pullback. You can catch some pips and may come back up and retest the high, which is up in this area. You may do that. No problem. Get your pips on the way up. But then afterwards, catch that bad boy because it's not finished dropping. How do I know that? If I check the 4 hour. Here's what I'm seeing on the 4 hour. See, it dropped too quick. Anytime there's a quick drop, typically it pulls back and try to find it somewhere up in the area to kind of recoup, and then it slowly migrates on down. Okay, so either way it goes, just an educational video on what I look for when I'm looking at the markets. I'm looking at the 1 hour charts, trying to see, okay, what's happening. All right. Oh, I see a setup. And this is the London session. So, of course, this is why I tell you guys, don't worry about the London session. Avoid it. Because as you can see, London session, they're notorious for trying to stop hunt you and take your money out. And then it goes in this trend. So I'm not worried. Like I said, I know I jumped in early, but I'm about to go back to sleep. I just wanted to do this for you guys since I was woke. So anyway, look, triple arrows on the 1 hour. 1, 2, 3. Guess what? I'm going to ride that all day long. All day. One more. How many minutes I got left? I like educating you guys. Here's another one that I'm looking at right now as we speak. And so for those who catch this video later, you know, you're going to say, oh, he was right. Okay. See, I already knew this was going to happen. This pullback. I said it to myself. This is the Swiss JPY. Here's what I'm looking at. Okay. What it's doing is creating that head and shoulders. Here's the head, left shoulder, right shoulder. So yes, it's going to come back, hit the tip, and probably drop. Okay, so no big deal. If you got in this one a little bit early, I told you that, hey, it's going to do a pullback. This is what I meant. Pullback means, yes, it's supposed to be going in one direction, but it pulls back the other way. So no big deal, no panic. But here's the point. The point is that if I pull it over, look what I see. 1, 2, 3. It ain't going to come way back up here. Shouldn't. It can always do what it do, but I'm just telling you, I'm anticipating that, yes, it'll touch the top of this, create the even level of the left shoulder, and then after that, it drops on down. Now, here's how I know. Because if I click on the 4 hour chart, I'm already seeing a setup for a long-term drop. Look at this one from the last time. 1, 2, 3. And it shot all the way up. All the way. So it ain't going no further. It's at the top of my screen, and the 4 hours confirming. Guess what? That was like 559 pip move, right? So it's just toying around with people, toying around, inducing the buyers to say, oh, it's going to keep going. So, oh, you ain't going to sucker me. I know what's going on, okay? And then here's another thing. Look at that. Big arrow on the daily. Big arrow on the daily. So I already know what's going on. It's just going to keep teeter-tottering for a little while and then make its move to the downside. No big deal. So I got confirmation on multiple time frames all the way up to the daily that this thing is going to make its move to the drop. So I'm not worried about this little head and shoulder fake because, yeah, it comes back up, trying to measure up right here, and then it drops. Okay? Enough of that. That's what I look for. I get on the 1 hour trades, top of my screen, bottom of my screen. Okay? Using my system. The system, for those who are brand new, this system is only $2.99 one-time fee. But again, look at how many pips we make per trade. You can take one trade and make all your money back and triple your money. It's nothing. You've spent more money wasting trying to buy all those other guru systems and all that stuff. You keep wasting your money if you want to do that. But our system comes at $2.99 and it's on lifetime free signals. Okay? But more importantly, I just want you educated. Have a good night. I'm going back to bed. Bye.